So today I got the best idea ever. At least I think it's a really good idea. Because I was thinking, like, how do I convince people that they can actually make dance music super easy to make EDM? And then I thought, well, if I can go to a fast food restaurant and bring my laptop and produce an EDM song there in the time that it would take to have a lunch break, then maybe I could show you guys how you can make dance music. Even if you feel like you don't have a lot of time in your life, maybe you're overwhelmed by work, you got a family, you got a lot of responsibilities, but on your lunch break, you have a little time, and maybe I can show you that you could even make music on your lunch break and have that time to look forward to. So the structure of how it's gonna work is I'm gonna spin a wheel and I'm gonna pick a genre of music to make, and then I'm gonna spin another wheel and pick a fast food restaurant. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and pick a genre. All right, tech house it is. And now let's pick our fast food restaurant. Oh, no. I'm not gonna lie, Jack in the Box was like the one that I wanted to go to the least, but I gotta honor the wheel. I wanna honor the first spin. So I'm gonna get my laptop and I'm gonna go make some tech house at Jack in the Box. I'm mic'd up so I can talk to you guys and give you a little tutorial as I'm making the music. And I hope you enjoy spending some time with me on your lunch break. All right, I'll see you at Jack in the Box. I can't believe I'm doing this. All right. Jeez Louise. One thing I didn't bring with me is a charger for my laptop, so we will have to work quickly. We got the Cluck Munchie Meal. All right, not gonna lie, the guy working right now is not having a very good day, apparently. Here's the Munchie Meal. I'm sure I'm gonna feel amazing after eating this. All right, so let's get into making some tech house. Sorry if it's a bit loud in here. They're literally blasting music. There's absolutely no one in here. They're just blasting music for nobody. Anyway, if you've been to Jack in the Box before, you know that the mixed fries hit different. But it's a dangerous game to get your greasy fingers all over your computer. So first thing we need to do is make some drums. For tech house, you really just need drums, bass, some mid-range elements, maybe a vocal sample, and definitely some effects. First things first, let's get some drums going. Now, I have a bunch of awesome EDM drums in my EDM Producer Pro course. I've been using these samples all the time because they sound awesome. So let's find a good kick. Just gonna drag it in. In the upper left of Ableton, we can select a tempo. I'm gonna go with 124, just because I feel like it. Go to File, Save Live Set As. And what I do is I save it in a specific sessions folder, and I'll just call this Tech House at Jack in the Box. And hit Save, and then hit File, Collect All, and Save, and you'll be dialed in terms of Ableton and all that. Now let's make a little loop here. Just gonna highlight the kick, one beat here, press Command D, and duplicate it out like that. I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter. Kick is a little bit intense. Actually, this one's nice. Kick, click. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little 4-bar loop here. You can also just click a kick, press Command C, and then press Command V to paste it anywhere. Now let's look for some collabs. That one's nice. So for drums for tech house, you just want to kick on every single beat. So if we turn our metronome on up here to the left, it just sounds like this. And we have our kicks on every single beat. And our claps on every other beat. Just like that. I'm gonna stop to get a little bite. We're going with barbecue. Pretty dry. It's taken me a really long time to finish this bite. I'll do one more bite. All right, cool. Clean the fingers off. Next up, let's add a hi-hat. I'm gonna shorten it down a little bit. I'm not even kidding. It's like they turned the music up when I got here. That's an awesome loop. I'm just gonna drag a shaker in now. I'm gonna go ahead and double click on it and click warp, and then just click at the end of it here and drag it out so that it lines up with our grid. I want it to be a little bit more chopped up, so I'm gonna use the beats warp function here and go with 16ths and click this little arrow with the line after it and bring this down. Nice, now I'm gonna copy, paste this out. Awesome, now we got our basic drum loop. So the next thing we have to do after that, we gotta start thinking about basses. It's tech house music, we gotta have a bass sound. I just spilled on my pants. Not gonna lie, if I wasn't trying to produce music and hear everything, probably wouldn't mind the music too much. And the sandwich isn't bad. It's also not good, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and press Command-Shift-T, make a new MIDI track. I'm gonna press Command-Shift-M, make a new MIDI clip. To do that, you just highlight a section on that MIDI track. Go to Plugins, and I'm going to use Serum. But if you don't have Serum, just go to Instruments in Ableton, go to Bass, find something you like. This is actually kind of sick. Let's try this. I'm just gonna drag it onto that MIDI track. It's a cool little pattern here. I'm gonna go to Audio Effects, drag a compressor into this, click Sidechain, click EQ so it's grayed out, ratio all the way up, tack all the way down, and bring that threshold down like this. And then we're gonna route it to the kick, and that way when the kick plays, it's making this sound duck in volume, and it's gonna make everything mix together really well. Awesome. I'm just gonna make a new MIDI track and make a new MIDI clip under it, and let's find something with a little bit more low end. Let's try this sub sign here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste our MIDI pattern from the other sound. I'm gonna move it down an octave by highlighting all these notes, holding Shift and pressing the down arrow. Whoa, all right, it's a bit too loud. I'm also gonna copy this side chain and paste that on there. That was the best bite so far. It's like exactly mid. I'm like such a tribal eater, just like animalistic. Usually I eat a little bit prettier, around people that I know. I want some notes to change here. Like maybe something like this. You know what? Let's add another layer. What do we got here? Any kind of pluck, mallet? Let's try this sound. There, that's better. The only problem is this isn't really tech house. But just to remind you really quick, if you're, on your lunch break making music, all I'm doing is just layering. I found a good pattern that I like, and I'm layering sounds. So I have the bass right here, or this is the bass really, which if you have some good headphones, you can hear. And then I layered it with this organ sound. And then I have this other little synth plugin right here. Okay, so I really like that pattern, and I feel like this could be like a section that comes in after the drop, like something like that. But for now, I want to try to make an actual drop. All right, last bite. All right, I like this bass pattern that we had going here. I want to add another layer to it though. All right, that's sounding sick. I'm only using Ableton plugins, so you guys can try to follow along if you'd like. Thought that would be helpful for y'all. I'm getting some comments, people asking for that. All right, so this is like our post-drop section here. I'll just move that over. Maybe this note at the end could go up a half step, like bang, 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 bang. This is kind of a bit more of a tech house stitch. And let's find the most insane, annoying little sound we could possibly find in instruments here. Just gonna go to, man, I don't even know what. Let's see. Let's go ahead and saturate this with saturator. I know that sounds insane, but we're gonna roll off some of the highs with an EQ. go ahead and put a compressor on this new lead noise that we have. Now that we've got a cool pattern here between the bass and this lead noise, we can sample some other lead noises, try to find something maybe a little bit cooler, just not obsessed with it, you know. Okay. That's kind of techy. Sick. I thought it would be sick to do some sort of like reverse noise of this guy. That noise going. So actually, you know, I think we can do this. Let's go ahead and send this down to track number 8. Press in here, or we'll press auto, and then we'll press record. Awesome. And now we have this sound. And now what we can do, we'll have it do that little like that. We'll highlight the whole thing and press Command J. And then we'll use the fades on the clip edge like this to go. So now it fades into it. Make sure that this is routed back to the master, and voila. You can even get rid of that note, so it just goes. Okay, let's go ahead and throw some OTT on this noise, just to give it a little more life. Multi-band dynamics, OTT. We can also get rid of all this low in here that we don't need. Just scoop that out. We'll do the ×4, so like this, and then. You know what? This is sounding super sick. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just group our basses together, label them, so we have that. I'm gonna highlight all of our drums. By the way, I'm just clicking on one track, holding Shift and clicking on the last one, pressing Command G to group them, our drums, and then these are our mids right here. So now basically all I need to do is create a build, and then we pretty much have a tech house song. So for one, let's go ahead and just create a build without a kick. What we can do is have this noise going off. It's actually so hot. I don't know why, it's just so sick. I love making tech house because it's so simple. If you just have like a lead noise doing some cool pattern like this, and then you have a bass doing another cool pattern, and you include the drums and everything, it's just like very, very simple. Now I'm gonna find a sweep. I'm gonna go to Splice for this. Splice is a third-party plugin, but there's lots of free sweeps online that you can find. I just freaking love Cashmere sweeps. They're the best. I'm gonna make a new track here, put the sweep on it. I usually turn the sweep down 10 dB. So here at the right, I just turn it down. All right, what I'm gonna do with our bass is I'm gonna extend these notes so they play a little longer. There we go. All right, another thing I'm gonna do is on this lead noise here, I'm gonna turn OTT off. So I'm gonna use automation here to the upper right, slanted line. I'm gonna turn it on so it gets really loud during the chorus, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off like this before the drop comes in. So the transition sounds more like this. Then comes on there, makes it sound bigger. Little trick of the trade for mixing. I'm also gonna get into these tacos because there's one thing Jack in the Box does right. It's these tacos. They're so releasy. We've been working for 27 minutes, by the way. Hopefully you guys have like an hour total in your lunch break, so you can really get into a track. Hey, if you only have 27 minutes, it's a pretty good place to end. Go back to work. Feel good about it, you know? Dude, I don't know why, after living on this planet for 3 decades, I still don't put a napkin in my lap every time I eat. Because like I know I'm gonna spill. I'm wearing light pants. Like what am I thinking? Those tacos, actually, amazing. Jack in the Box slays on tacos. All right, there's a lot of like, oh, it's this delay, I think. Let's see. I gotta put the OTT on this little rat noise as well. Okay, so I think I could also automate this delay right here. Maybe turn it up in this before build section. Like really ramp it up. kind of at the end go. All right, let's go ahead and put a little snare in that build. So in our drums, just gonna press Command T and find some kind of snare to build with. Not really, but oh, builder snare. Oh, that's pretty sick. You know what? Actually, I want to do a MIDI build, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and make a MIDI track here, highlight the second half of our build, and press Command-Shift-M. And on this MIDI track, I'm going to go to Instruments and drag Simpler onto it. First of all, we want to just get our snare onto Simpler, just by dragging it right in like this. But now we can use our computer keyboard and play these notes. But we can change the pitch so the build builds up over time using pitch. It's going to be sick. So. Yo, I just got the sickest sample. I'm absolutely going to use this in the track. Let me just go ahead and send this to myself. That was so sick. Guys, this is going to be so sick. I finally got the beep. I'll drag it in a second. I'll show you guys. All right, put this in probably effects or something. All right, check out this sample. Fire, fire, alert, alert. So sick. It's almost like he knew I was making a dance track. You just start the whole song with that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and warp this and try to line up those beeps. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the beats and do what I did last time. It's kind of cool. Now it's on the offbeats. All right, I think with a little EQing, this sound is going to fit right in. Maybe it would be good for it to even come in like halfway through. Let's go ahead and EQ it a bit. EQ 8. You can see that beep noise here. What if we pitched it down an octave? What if we did it? We could even straight up transpose it in the middle of it. So maybe like halfway in. Oh, that's hot. Pitch it down another octave. That is so sick. Another EQ to boost the highs. Try a little multi-band dynamics here. Yo, that's right. I turned the Jack in the Box alarm into a freaking tech house sample. Probably had that go one more time through with all this stuff. All that. And then have the drums cut out like this. And have it go guts. I'm really getting in the nitty gritty here. Okay. We'll have it go. This is crazy. Okay. What I'm gonna do, we've been working on this for 38 minutes. I'm gonna finish my food. I'm gonna keep working on it for like another 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna play you the final product. That's gonna be so sick. So stay tuned for the final product. Also, it's getting close to the lunchtime or dinner time. Dinner time. It's starting to get a little more crowded in here. All right, we are currently at 46 minutes. I'm gonna call it here. So I'm starting to sweat. The fries are cold. The food's bad. I mean, I don't know what you expected. The tacos were phenomenal though. All right, I now present to you Tech House at Jack in the Box. Yeah. Here we go. Sick drop, mixing it up a little bit with some percussion. And then our legendary beep. That's all I got for you guys. I will say that this part was actually like pretty damn hot. If you built into that, like this part, straight up sounds like a timbaland beat over like house drums or something. Freaking sick. All right, so all that to say, if you have a computer and you have headphones, you can do this too. You need Ableton as well, but they have a 30-day free trial, so I don't know why you wouldn't do that. And if you want to supercharge your EDM production, you want to learn super quickly, take all the guesswork out of it, I do have a program where I teach people how to make EDM called EDM Producer Pro. The reviews have been amazing so far, and I put a ton into it to make it the best, most comprehensive program possible. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll put a link in the description. You can check it out down there. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me on your lunch break. And seriously, guys, if you like this video, like if it was fun for you, please comment down below and let me know, because I will definitely make more of these. It's super fun to get a change of pace and be able to produce somewhere that's not in the studio. And there's a lot of fast food restaurants and there's a lot of EDM genres out there. So seriously, let me know. And if you didn't like it, let me know too. You know, give me a better idea. Does it value what you guys have to say? Especially those of you who've been watching for a while. But more than all that, more than anything, remember to stop making excuses and start making music. Cheers.